こんなことだろうと思いました。
お姉ちゃん、助けて。
これがどれだけ失礼なことか、あ
Uh-oh.
なたにも十分分かっているはず。殺しなさい。殺しなさい。さあ。
どうしてお姉ちゃん。
それがあなたのためです。死になさい。
Oh, great. Well, shit. I died. My trophy says I refuse. Well, back to Otherworld it is. Yeah, let's
かように貧弱な嫁ごとは。
ようこそ。どうか心安らかな日々を。
all right. Oh, it's him. Are you the final boss, Creepy Fox Man? Hey, I just died like 2 seconds ago. Got anything to say about that? Why, thank you. I'm not even trying at this point. I'm just going to absorb. I have no idea. I think I killed me, but my sister wanted me to kill me, so now I'm offering something. I wonder, so these are all the same offerings I did earlier. I wonder if when I got first sent to Otherworld and I put these offerings, that started this process. As I see that there's 2 of the same offerings I did towards the beginning of the game, so maybe he did something. Oh. Oh. Hopefully you don't have tryptophobia. Ugh. Gross. Alrighty then. Okay, so yeah, I was right. Oh. Whoa, what?
それではお別れを。 あなたが幸せをつかんでくれることを願っています。
Wow, I'm just so beautiful. Look, this is actually a good thing, guys. I'm spreading all my veins and my flowers everywhere I walk. Oh. Huh. Well, back to where we started, I guess. Oh no. Don't go that way. All right. Like what do I do at this point? I have to. Dang, so the doll's trying to stop me. Gosh, I gotta go all the way back. Okay. Well, at least it's obviously more serene, pleasant, I dare say. You know, without all the flesh garbage. Finally, the sun is out. I can, like, you know, take a stroll. We're ignoring the thing that just spawned right behind me. Like, what do you got to say to me, huh? You know, you won't be able to see your father or mother anymore. Well, that doesn't appear to be too bad of a deal. Oh. Oh, my freaking least favorite thing. Look at that. I'm getting to see the sights. I'm feeling pretty good. I've killed my weaker, lamer, no weird fox arm self. I think this is a good for us, truly. I don't think there's a single downside to this at all. I think we are in our right headspace. Oh damn it, I just used all my stuff too. You won't be able to stay as you are now. Well, I mean, look at me, I'm totally dope. You're just trying to find all the negatives. I heard my least favorite guy. Yeah, let's get you out of the way. God, this stuff is so annoying. This doll is starting to, I thought we were friends. You're starting to piss me off, dude. How many times am I gonna have to go home? You know, home is where the heart is. Right? This could be my home. Who knows? Maybe I'll even like it. What? What is about to happen here?
Hinako ya, kirei da yo. ほら、お父さん。
ここはもうお前の家ではない。一人で帰ってきても敷居をまたげると思うな。
What the heck? Ah. So she did it. Alrighty then. Oh, I'm in Otherworld, but I'm normal now. What are you talking about? That's me. Oh, and that freaking jerk off is all the way over there. Great. Like what a freaking journey, man. Holy cow. I don't know, like, other than like I've been turned into this fox dude's wife, and now like the Otherworld me is in the real world, and now normal me is in Otherworld, and I don't know what to think about it. Oh, there's the yeah, I don't know how much of this is real and how much of this is fake. Like, it's just yeah, I don't know. But we're back to where we started, and I recognize all of this. Remember the dumb puzzles? I had to find which one was lightning, which one was tree, the heavens. And you were here also. I remember that. You got some nice stuff for me, looks like. Yeah, let's just get rid of you. I remember this door too. Alright, then I guess trial by fire. Great. So, am I gonna set things right now, or am I think I have to. Because this is the me that fought the Otherworld me. So am I actually gonna I'm gonna defeat the fox now. I would hope so. Because when I woke up, I still thought I was getting choked out by the fox flower version of me. Ooh, I remember this. We're just gonna be going through memory lane, I guess. Oh, maybe is this gonna be another fight? Yeah. Yep, it's just, I remember calling this out thinking it was gonna be a boss area, and I was right. Alright then. Alright, I guess this looks like it's gonna be the final bit. Let's see what happens, I guess. Alright, game, what you got for me? It's because this is very much looking like the end. Oh yes, this place as well. Gosh, remember how I didn't know what was going on when we were here? Guess what? I still don't. I don't know at all. There we go. Okay, that was a lot of doors. Okay. Oh, this is where Horseshoe died. Oh yeah, we all this crap too. Gosh. So she does remember this. She's looking around and it seems like she's taking it in for the first time. So I guess there really were two of me, or the body and the mind were separate, and they still seem to be separate, because one of me is currently missing my face and killing my parents, and the other one is in Otherworld. Here's... Ah yes, and this is where I killed Rinko. Good memories. And we're back to the offerings. I wonder what those meant. I'm sure if I Google it, it'll be like, ah, makes sense. Yeah. I'm him.
お姉ちゃんは所詮は向こう側の人間。私の気持ちなんてわからない。
落ち着いて。あなたがどうしてここにいるかわかる？
わからない。ここはどこ？怖いや。
Uh-oh. Told you.
辛い。気持ち悪い。帰りたい。
それは何なの？あなたいつから飲んでるの？そんなに飲んで大丈夫なの？
全然大丈夫だよ。これを飲むと落ち着くから。
もうやめなさい。それを飲むのをやめて。
私にかなわないで。
Oh, so maybe this is a bit of reality, it looks like. That looked like a pretty candid conversation. Nice. Oh, all the dust is coming off of me. Someone didn't like that. Ah!
お前は私のすべてを奪った。サクコもリンコもシュウも奪い、お父さんもお母さんも。私を返せ。奪ったすべてを返せ。
You know, she makes a pretty good argument. Yeah, I'm in too. Oh, I saw like it for like a blink. Knife, knife. Damn, you got some reach to you. Knife. 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 Just take some remedies while I'm at it. Knife. 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 Knife.
待て。私を殺すんじゃなかったのか。
Oh. Ow. Don't do that. Oh. Leaving shit on the floor now. Knife! Knife! Oh, that looked dangerous. Oh, shoot. Oh, alright. Ow. 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 Stop that. Thank you. Yo, Rinko, you gotta get... you're not Rinko. I hate Rinko. Don't ever say that in front of me again. Bop. Alright, yep. Come on. Give up. I'm too good. Oh, the double arms. Check that out. Oh, come on. That's so rude. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. What?
絶対に認めない。ひな子を渡したりなんかしない。
Oh! It was canon! Ugh! Ugh! What is that? Yeah, no. No, thank you. Ugh. There we go. Nice try, gamer. Ugh. That's cheating. Oh, I don't know what to do. Guess I keep hitting you? I'm dead again. I don't know what to do.
私は消えない。消されたりしない。お前が消えるまで。
And this chick's got... Oh, my pipe. My pipe. Oh, uh-oh. Thank God. Okay, that is. It took me an embarrassing long amount of time to do this. Oh, damn. Okay, I'll get out of here. Bye-bye. Oh, what's that? What's that? What's that? I like that. Why do I have so many of those? Am I that terrible at the game? Oh, whoa. Come on, you got it. Oh. Oh, okay, I thought my game crashed. Can I get past you, please? Thank you. What the heck? Oh, come on.
待ってくれみんな。ひな子とは私が話す。ひな子、なぜだ、どうしてお前の心で分かってやれたと思っていた
What
の
the
に。
hell? So it seems like all this was fake. I'm truly am hallucinating. Oh, thank you, game. Appreciate it. Like, I guess what's happening is Hinako is just these pills, whatever these remedies that were given to her, are just making her freaking lose her mind. Lovely. Alright, hello, sir. Let's try. Ooh, 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 ooh. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. Once, shame on me. Twice, shame on you, Konami. That's bullshit. Gosh, I have to just sprint through it. Where am I going? Yeah, I see you, yeah, I see you, I see you, I see you, I see you, I see you. Oh, I want to go that way.
俺はただでも
やめろ、友達の声で話しかけるな。
Oh, there's all these pills on the floor. Oh damn, they're getting larger. So I'm crazy is the ending. This seems to be the ending, that I'm just absolutely insane. What the hell? What the actual hell? What? Wait, what? That's it? That's all I get? That's the ending. Okay. I don't know what to say. Okay. So let's start with the gameplay, which is something I have more of a grasp on. It's all right. I see why there's a lot of criticism for it, especially in the sense of like it feels weirdly out of place for the tone this game is going for. However, I think this game kind of needs it because, like, what else are you supposed to focus on? This game gives you basically nothing, and it also just gives you nothing in the end too. But we'll get to that. Yeah, I think the combat's a little too. It is tonally different, but I'll take it. I personally don't like it because it gives you just enough to where you're powerless, but just also enough mobility to where you can do something. And there's a tug of war to it that I wasn't really a big fan of, as y'all have seen with me complaining every second I have of this game. Yeah, like especially with boss fights, like it's kind of hard to tell what is something that you can attack. Like, sorry, what I mean is what's something you can parry, and maybe again I was just playing it wrong, but the movement that you're given, like you can you could sidestep and it takes you really far, but then like you don't have immediate ability to turn around. Like you dodge past something, it doesn't change the camera for you even when you're locked on, or maybe it did and I'm just bad. But in my experience, dodging stuff was helpful in getting away, but not good for positioning, other than just running past people. So I think if they just tightened up like what parrying would be instead of just waiting for the magic attack that you can then hit the super parry on, I think the gameplay would be a lot better. But then you would lose the tone of like, this is a girl and this is a high school girl who, or middle school, whatever. I think she's a high schooler. Like, I think you lose that.
米川により県警本部、県道8号線にて当該事案の被疑者と思わしき女性に襲われた男性2名の1名は現在心肺停止の状態。羽倉町1より県警本部、一部被害者に使用された包丁ですが敷地内からは発見できず、被疑者は現在もこれを所持している可能性が高いと思われます。どうぞ。県警本部から各局、女性被疑者は20代です。花嫁装束、身長は 160cm 少々、常吉神宮より逃走中、凶器を所持している可能性が極めて高い。各局はくれぐれも慎重に対応されたし。羽倉町1から県警本部、被疑者は赤と白のカプセル状の薬のようなものを犯行時に断続的に服用していたとのことです。
Oh gosh。
県警本部より神楽町1、それは式場内で発見された正体不明のカプセル薬と同一のものか。どうぞ。羽倉町1から県警本部、被疑者が服用する際に口からこぼしたカプセル薬を敷地内から。
Okay. So I'm glad I talked about the gameplay first. Okay. So story time, I guess. I will say that this, okay, so that's a crazy. All right. So essentially what I got from that is those pills that Shu gave me have some sort of psychoactive chemical that drove me insane, or just gave me visions that made me think that my family was trying to kill me. And so when it's mentioning someone in a wedding dress, is it, I guess that has to, well, it has to be me, because it's talking about someone was taking the pills. I'm the only person taking pills here. I don't know why I'm in a wedding dress, but I guess she went and killed her sister, and then she went back home and killed her parents, and she put someone in cardiac arrest. I guess she killed Shu? Or maybe she killed her friends and then killed her parents. I don't know. But this has all just been one big, like, trip, essentially. Yeah, so the symbolism here eludes me. I guess what it was is maybe she was just that nervous about becoming like her mom. I don't know what to do with this information. All I know now is that all of what I just did was essentially meaningless. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Like, all of this was just in my head. Is that the ending I'm getting? That secretly I've been beating the shit out of normal people? But then, like, why is Rinko saying I'm dead? And why is there two of me? There's two of me and my sister's telling the wedding dress me to kill normal me, and then I went insane. Like, clearly, the ending of this game is essentially I went insane from these pills I'm taking, and probably the stress of my home life. But like I'm okay, instead of wedding and normal, I'm just gonna say the real, which is the one who doesn't have the fox arm, and then otherworld, which is the one with the fox arm. So real me, I ran away from my father, and the memory we had was he threw that thing at me, and then all of a sudden I'm getting headaches and it seems like I snapped. So then the otherworld me killed my friends and my parents. And so in the end, like, why? Like, I don't understand the separation. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what to do with all this. information. Like, I have no idea. Can I skip these? Okay. You can now create save data from a completed game by beginning a new game plus. With data from a completed game, you can experience changes to the story and have the chance to fulfill specific conditions to unlock new endings. You will also be able to play on hard difficulty setting, Lost in the Fog. Things carry over. Current key items, non-puzzle documents, stat upgrades, and faith. And there's now pills. Okay. Wow. View endings, what's that? How many endings are there? Oh gosh. Drown in a bottomless pit of self-doubt. What is this? Oh. Didn't take the red capsules. Got the sword. Obtained that. Didn't take the red capsules. Obtained the sword. Oh. And then there's a UFO ending. Okay, so there's a whole ending to this game where I never take the pills? Okay. That's actually kind of dope. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of sick. Okay, so then that means that this doesn't seem like canon. Maybe. This isn't the real ending. This is just because I was taking some crazy stuff. So, alright. Thank you so much for going on this journey with me through the first playthrough of Silent Hill F. I'm very happy to be back on YouTube. Hopefully you enjoyed I hope you enjoyed watching all of them. I hope you watched all of them, and if at minimum, I hope you enjoyed watching this episode. Again, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more, if you want to see apparently what the real ending to this game is, please look out for other videos. If you want to support me, like, comment, and subscribe, and yeah, have a good one. I'll see you.
Enough of that guy. Hello, me again, Editor Tusk here. Yes, my voice is gone, but that's not the point right now. Alright, here's the thing. I was sitting here thinking, okay, I can make a whole nother video, record a whole bunch of playthroughs to show you everything, and make you wait for the answers, or I could just tell you everything right now. Buckle up. First, one of the most important details that's going to help put a lot of things in context is Hinako's getting married. Yeah. That kid that we saw in the playground flashback last episode, that kid came back and is now offering to marry Hinako. Because back then in Japan, especially around this time, arranged marriages are still a thing. And what you did was you paid the father of the bride-to-be to allow you to marry her. And we know Hinako's dad is in debt. So guess what he said? He said yes. And right now Hinako is struggling with that idea of getting married. So, is this all happening in her head? Yes. Are there certain aspects of this that really happened? Yes. And let's go into it. So this is where our story begins. And yes, this actually happens. But if I'm saying she's getting married, why does she look like a teenager? Well, that's the part where this is also kind of in her head. This is kind of how Hinako sees herself right now. Not as a 20-year-old woman about to get married, but as a child, because she's still holding on to her childhood, and she doesn't want to let that go and to become into an adult woman who is not only an adult and losing her childhood, but she's also a housewife. And she's a housewife in post-World War II 1960s Japan, where it's expected of the housewife to fully assimilate into her husband's family. This is why we see sequences where the otherworld Hinako, which I will explain who that is momentarily, is not only killing all her friends, but also killing her parents. Because it is very common for the wife to assimilate into the husband's family and lose all connection with her past life, essentially. That's why she's being branded. That's why she's giving parts of herself away, which was her arm and her face. She's having to fully transform herself to be the wife that is needed, that as society dictates her to be. Now, this scene in particular is happening because Hinako is about to be married, and her sister is giving her advice and trying to give her some words of encouragement because she's already been through this before, and she doesn't know how to do this. So, in this moment, Hinako is 20 years old. She's about to be married, and her sister's giving her some advice. What she does with that advice, we'll soon see. This scene, again, this is an actual real scene that is happening, but we're seeing it this way because this is how Hinako sees herself and Shu in her mind, because this is what the pills do to her. Now in this scene, this is not a scene about Hinako just ran away from her parents because her father sucks and she's venting to her friend. This is her coming to her best friend because she's nervous about getting married and she doesn't know what to do. And as we remember, she was going to give her these pills that are going to cause her to have a conversation with the inner self, as we read from his house. These pills are laced with the flowers we saw in the lake in front of his house, which, by the way, those flowers are a reference to something called White Claudia that we heard about in Silent Hill 1. And from we know about these flowers, they have a psychoactive property. And in Shu's own writings in that same lake area, it literally causes you to have a conversation with oneself. He's giving her these pills because he wants her to confront her issues because she's getting tension headaches over it. So he's been prescribing her headache medicine, and he's like, I want her to understand and be able to come to terms with this decision. So he's lacing her headache pills with this psychoactive chemical. Now, don't get it twisted. Shu's not doing this for her own benefit. He's actually doing it for his because, spoilers, Shu loves Hinako. Despite what he said over the course of this playthrough, he is in love with her and he doesn't want to see her get married to someone else. So now Shu's giving her these pills and she is now going to be essentially tripping balls. Well, what do these pills actually do to her except make her see all these scary monsters? Well, it creates two Hinakos. Real Hinako, or we'll say child Hinako in this instance, and the bride Hinako. And which is what we're seeing in the monster chasing her right now, because as we know, this monster is actually the otherworld Hinako. And I say bride is because the final boss of this game, which is otherworld Hinako, that white dress she's wearing is essentially a wedding kimono. So essentially what the pills have done is they've split Hinako in two. The one who wants to maintain her childhood innocence and not be married, and the one who's going to go along with the norms and be married. And that is the core conflict here. That's why we never see child Hinako in Otherworld, and that's why we see the effects of Otherworld Hinako not affect quote-unquote real-world child Hinako. Is because right now her journey in the real world is her trying to come to terms and understand what is going to happen in her life, whereas Otherworld Hinako is changing drastically. She's killing all her friends, she's killing her family in order to prepare herself for what it's going to be like when she finally gets married, where all she has is her husband and all she needs to do is become the perfect bride. That's why this conversation is so important. It's because this is finally the two halves of Hinako interacting. And if you remember, one of them says they need to kill each other. Is ultimately, in order for the story to go along, either child Hinako who wants to, maintain her innocence needs to lose, or the Hinako who wants to get married needs to lose. There can't be both of them in this scenario. One of them has to win, and one of them has to die, which is why we see they fight each other in the final boss of this run. So then if the core of this conflict is between two Hinakos, then what the hell does this ending mean? Didn't child Hinako technically win? Well, yes, she beat the one who wants to get married, but in the end, she took all the pills, and the pills fed into a delusion that she can't maintain. So unfortunately, she loses the plot. She can't find out the real reality of her situation, and in the end, she has a full-blown panic attack of it. The ending describes her as falling into a bottomless pit of self-doubt. She doesn't know what to do other than to just not be married, and she's taking all these pills that are messing with her head, so she's still seeing everything as monsters. So she goes to her wedding and kills people. She freaks out. What does she see? She doesn't know what she sees. She doesn't understand. Her reality is beyond messed up, and it leads to her attacking people at her wedding and even going home and attacking her friends and family. Yeah, that's the ending. It's clearly the worst ending, and it's the one that you have to get in your first playthrough, but there it is. Hinako just doesn't know what to do with herself, and she just freaks out. So is that it? No. There's way more to this story than just this. Now, I don't actually have any footage for the rest of this stuff, as I didn't do a new game playthrough, because honestly, the gameplay sucks, and I'd rather not go through that again. So whenever necessary, I'm just going to show images of what I'm talking about, and I'm just going to have this gameplay going on in the background. Alright, let's keep going. So for the rest of the endings, the most important factor is to not ever take any of the red capsules, as continuously taking them throughout the game is what led to Hinako having her freak out at the end and drowning in her, quote, pit of self-doubt. So what is the second ending? Well, Hinako gets married. Yeah. So what ends up happening is the child Hinako ends up getting purged from Otherworld Hinako, and then during this moment, Shu finally confronts Hinako about how he feels, and he mentions that he gave her those capsules because he, didn't want her to get married, and he figured that they would help her see that she doesn't want to get married to Fox Mask, but she actually wants to get married to him. But unfortunately, it's backfired on him, and she's actually seeing Fox Mask as like this hopeful new outlook and avenue to continue her life with, and Shu reluctantly agrees, but not before getting possessed by the doll. Yes, I'm saying the doll, because the doll is not our friend. Actually, if you remember, the doll has been only helping the child Hinako, as it also doesn't want Hinako to get married, but we'll explain that when we get to ending 4. So after defeating possessed Shu, both Hinako, Shu, and Fox Mask have a full-on conversation in the boss room, and pretty much what ends up happening is they both treat Hinako like an object. Shu says that he's only lending Hinako to Fox Mask, and Fox Mask says that Hinako no longer belongs to her. But the gentlemen are able to come to an agreement that they're the only 2 people in the world who truly understand her, and they leave it at that, and she gets married. But unfortunately, it's implied that her marriage is going to be exactly like how it is with her father and her mother, and there's no happiness in her future. So moving on to the third ending, well, this one she doesn't get married. Huzzah, right? So in the end, we get to the final fight to where Hinako fights her bride other self, and it actually gets interrupted by Fox Mask, and he's confused at the sight of child Hinako, and he doesn't know what he's seeing. He's saying that she's not Hinako, and he's very confused, and all of a sudden, Shu steps in and attacks Fox Mask, and thanks Hinako for finally realizing her true feelings and not wanting to get married. So Fox Mask, in a rage, turns into his true form, which is the 7-tailed fox, and you have a boss fight with him. Now, interestingly, Fox Mask explains that really all he wanted was to give Hinako true love and happiness, and for her to just, be happy and have a wonderful life. But in the end, he's still determined to marry her, and so they're going to duke it out. When you defeat the 7-tailed fox, it actually thanks you for staying with it in its final moments, and actually gives Hinako its blessing to leave the other world. And in the end, we cut back to their hometown, Ibisugaoka, and we see Shu and Hinako running. And they're both laughing. They seem to be in this weird craze about how they can't believe they just did that. And it's actually implied that they both ran away together on the day of her wedding, as they both comment on how weird their clothes look and how they can't believe they look like that. So, yeah, that's the third ending, but it's still implied that there's some ominous force in the background and is happy with the result of this ending. Now, for the fourth and final ending, in order to get into it, I had to kind of explain a little bit. So when I said that most of this is all in her head, that's true. Her friends don't actually die, and her parents don't actually die, and it is all in her head. But that doesn't mean that it's actually not happening, and they're not going on this journey for real. Because what this fourth playthrough and this fourth ending reveals is that there's some major players involved in Hinako's fate and whether she gets married or not. So throughout the playthrough, first and foremost, we actually learn a whole lot about Hinako's family. For her parents, for example, we actually find out that her mother really isn't spineless, and that when her father mistreats her, she purposely makes his food taste horrible, and she ignores him, and he actually caves pretty quickly and will be quick to apologize. And in fact, we get a pretty interesting scene where Hinako's father actually goes up to her and apologizes for his behavior. And so Hinako actually gets a pretty clear head and positive outlook on her family, and how it's not this personal hell that she's forced to endure. Even more so, we actually learn more about her friends, and we see them in a clearer light, and how they're not evil and spiteful to her, and they feel betrayed by her. And interestingly, when we read Sakuko's diary in the first playthrough, we found out that she gets voices in her head, and we thought this was a result of some sort of mental condition, but nope. Those voices are actually real, and they come from two different deities. One of which is the 7-tailed fox we saw earlier, and the other one is the doll. By the time we get to the final boss, both Hinekos have realized that they're not making really their own choices, and they're actually kind of pawns in this grand game of deities. And so when it comes to the fight between them, they both refuse, opting to defy both paths that the deities have left for them, causing both these deities to control them and actually force them to manually fight before they're able to break free. In this moment, Otherworld Hineko is confronted by the Seven-Tailed Fox, where it's finally revealed why both these deities are fighting over Hineko in the first place. Apparently, she is a very important girl born with divine blood that's only seen every other blue moon, and they're both interested in her future and they're trying to control her in their own way, with one using the doll and the fox using Fox Mask. Yes, he's not in control of his actions, and he's actually being possessed and forced to do this marriage with Hineko. So the final boss of this run is actually two bosses, to where the Otherworld Hineko fights the true Seven-Tailed Fox, and the child Hineko fights the doll, now using the body that it used to trap Shu with in the second ending. And in the end, they both win, causing the Otherworld to crumble and free Foxmask from his mind control. And while escaping the Otherworld, or in this game apparently is called the Dark Shrine, I'm not calling it that ever, both Foxmask and Hineko realized that they both wanted the same thing, which was to actually decide if their feelings for each other was real or the ploy of gods. So they both hug it out and decide that if their feelings are real, that maybe they would find each other in the real world and continue on with the wedding. But in the end, they had to escape the Otherworld, and so they do, taking both Hinekos back to home, which is Ibisugaoka. And during that time, they receive a letter from Foxmask, or his real name, Kotoyuki, and he laments on how he lost a lot of his life by being possessed, and so he's taking time to enjoy life and see if all this passion he put towards Hineko's happiness was real. And Otherworld Hineko sees this and decides that she hopes that she can too live very passionate life and put that sort of energy towards someone, how Kotoyuki did for her. And the child Hineko decides that with her life she wants to pour her heart into something, but she doesn't know which. And so the game ends with both Hinekos sitting atop a torii gate and looking out into the town, realizing that whatever goes on forward will be their choice, and they're free to make whatever choice they want to do with their life. And with that, that is the end of Silent Hill F. I'm glad you were able to stick this long with the video. I appreciate it. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.